child, listen carefully, for this is not a message to be taken lightly. This is a divine warning sent directly to you before irreversible damage occurs. Your property is in danger. Your ownership is being challenged. Your legal rights are under attack in ways you cannot yet see. I come to you now with urgent information that will expose what is happening behind closed doors, what is being discussed in private meetings, and what is being planned against what rightfully belongs to you. You have been chosen to receive this warning before papers are filed and before your property is compromised. Something is happening with your documents. Something is being written in legal language. Something is moving through channels you cannot monitor. The property you worked for, the assets you secured, the ownership you established, all of it faces a hidden threat. You may not have noticed yet, but heaven has seen it. The divine realm has witnessed documents changing hands and conversations taking place about what belongs to you. And now you must be made aware. The deeds you thought were secure, the ownership you believed was settled, the property lines you trusted were established, they are all being examined by someone with ulterior motives. This person believes their actions are unseen, their plans undetected, their intentions disguised from all eyes. A person you know has met with a lawyer about your property. A familiar face has consulted legal advice about taking what is yours. There are meetings happening where your name is mentioned alongside words like claim and transfer and acquisition. You have sensed it recently. You have felt unease about your home, your land, your possessions. You have noticed subtle changes in how certain people speak about what belongs to you. That was not paranoia. That was not overthinking. That was divine alertness awakening in your spirit. You have always had moments when you wondered if your property was truly secure. You have questioned if your ownership could ever be challenged. You have had fleeting thoughts about whether someone might try to claim what is rightfully yours. Those thoughts were not random. Those questions were not unfounded. Those concerns were heaven's way of preparing you for this moment. And now what was hidden is being brought to light. Legal papers are being drafted. Property records are being researched. Ownership documents are being scrutinized by someone looking for loopholes. This person believes they have found a way. This person thinks they have discovered a legal pathway. This person is convinced they have identified a weakness in your claim. They have already taken the first steps. They have already invested money in this plan. They have already begun telling others about what they intend to take from you. But my child, do not be afraid. Do not let worry consume your thoughts. Do not allow panic to dictate your actions. For I am revealing this to you not to cause distress but to prepare you for victory. I am uncovering this plot not to burden you but to position you for protection. I am exposing these intentions not to frighten you but to empower you with knowledge. This revelation comes to you now because you are meant to defend what is yours. This warning reaches you today because you must take specific actions. This information finds you at this moment because the time for ignorance has ended and the time for awareness has begun. Your property may seem vulnerable right now. Your ownership might appear threatened at this moment. Your legal standing could look uncertain in human eyes. But in the divine realm, what belongs to you is already marked as protected. In the heavenly courts, judgments are already being issued in your favor. In the spiritual books, your name remains firmly attached to what is legally yours. What appears to be in danger is actually being surrounded by divine protection that cannot be penetrated by human schemes or legal manipulation. This is not the first time someone has envied what you own. This is not the first time questions about your property have arisen. This is not the first time someone has considered ways to claim what belongs to you. But this time is different. This time legal professionals are involved. This time money has been spent to create a case against you. This time documents are being prepared to file with courts and officials. Previous threats may have been just talk. Previous challenges may have been mere jealousy. Previous questions may have been simple curiosity. But this time action is being taken. This time a strategy is being implemented. This time a plan is being executed step by step. The person behind this believes they are clever. They think their approach is foolproof. They feel certain their timing is perfect. Do you sense the urgency now? Do you feel the weight of this situation? Do you understand why this warning could not wait? That is because what has been set in motion will soon become visible to all. The private conversations will soon become public filings. The secret meetings will soon become official proceedings. The hidden intentions will soon become open challenges to what you rightfully own. This is the time to check your property records. This is the time to verify your legal documents. This is the time to confirm that your ownership is properly registered. My child, you must act with careful attention. You must move with purposeful steps. You must respond with strategic wisdom. Not every piece of mail is ordinary. Not every phone call is innocent. Not every inquiry about your property is casual conversation. Look closely at communications you receive. Listen carefully to questions about your ownership. Pay attention to anyone unusually interested in your property boundaries. There is someone gathering information from everyday conversations. There is someone collecting details from seemingly harmless questions. There is someone building a case through casual interactions. Be vigilant about what you say regarding your property. Be careful about the documents you share with others. Be mindful about who you allow to access your records. For in this season of threat, your awareness is your first line of defense, your attention to detail is your protection, and your careful response is your strength. Even as they search for weaknesses in your ownership, I am strengthening every legal foundation. Even as they seek loopholes in your documentation, I am sealing every potential gap. Even as they consult with legal experts against you, I am bringing superior wisdom to your defense. You do not yet see all that I am doing. You cannot yet perceive all that I am arranging. You do not yet understand all that I am putting in place. But heaven is moving on your behalf. Divine intervention is redirecting certain documents to the right eyes. Spiritual forces are causing important people to recognize the truth about your situation. Where schemes were designed to confuse, clarity is now emerging. Where false narratives were created, truth is now being revealed. Where deception was planted, light is now shining through. There is a divine strategy protecting your property that no human could have arranged. There is a heavenly plan securing your ownership that no earthly power can dismantle. There is a supernatural defense of your rights that is already working in ways you cannot see. The very efforts meant to take from you will become the means by which your ownership is permanently secured. You are not alone in this legal challenge. You have never been alone in facing threats to what is yours. You have never stood unprotected when your property was targeted. Even in the nights when worry about losing your home kept you awake. Even in the days when fear about property disputes clouded your mind. Even in the moments when uncertainty about your legal rights seemed overwhelming. My child, I have seen every anxious thought. I have felt every fear about losing what you've worked for. I have known every concern about protecting what belongs to you. The times you felt vulnerable were still times you were shielded. The moments of uncertainty were still moments of divine certainty. The periods of doubt were still covered by heavenly assurance. No prayer for protection has gone unheard. No request for help has been ignored. No plea for justice has been forgotten. All has been recorded. All has been honored. All will be answered in this situation. You have faced challenges before and emerged with what is rightfully yours. You have encountered opposition before and remained secure in your ownership. You have dealt with questions before and your legitimate claims have been upheld. I will not allow illegal claims against your property to succeed. I will not permit false documentation to stand against your legitimate ownership. I will not accept injustice to prevail against what rightfully belongs to you. For I am the ultimate judge, and I have already reviewed the case being built against you. The person attempting to manipulate property records will be exposed. The effort to falsify documentation will be revealed. The strategy to misrepresent facts about ownership will be brought to light. You are protected by truth that cannot be permanently hidden. You are defended by justice that cannot be eternally denied. You are shielded by righteous ownership that cannot be successfully challenged. No weapon of legal deception formed against your property will prosper. No scheme of fraudulent claims against your ownership will succeed. No plan based on distorted facts about your rights will be established. The divine court has already ruled in favor of truth. The heavenly justice system has already preserved what is legitimately yours. The spiritual authorities have already intervened in what seemed to be a human matter. Your name remains on what belongs to you. Your right to what you own remains unbroken. Your claim to your property remains divinely defended. You have received this warning because you have a purpose connected to this property. You have been given this insight because your ownership matters beyond the physical asset itself. You have been shown these hidden plans because what you possess has significance beyond monetary value. This is not random targeting. This is not accidental interest. This is not coincidental legal action. There is something about your property that has spiritual importance. There is something about your ownership that has divine purpose. There is something about your legal rights that connects to your life's mission. The attack against your property is an attempt to disrupt your purpose. The challenge to your ownership is designed to distract you from your path. The threat to your legal rights aims to disconnect you from your assigned location. Heaven is intervening not just because justice matters, but because your property is connected to your calling. Heaven is exposing this scheme not just to protect an asset, but to preserve a divine assignment. Heaven is revealing these plans not just for legal victory, but for spiritual advancement. The confusing legal terms that now seem overwhelming will soon make perfect sense to you. The property boundaries that have been questioned will soon be clearly established. The ownership documents that have been scrutinized will soon be proven. Divine wisdom is being given to you for this situation. Heavenly insight is being granted to you about these matters. Supernatural understanding is being provided to you regarding your rights. You will begin to see connections that others miss. You will begin to recognize evidence that others overlook. You will begin to understand legal principles that others find confusing. And the people who have pretended to support your ownership while secretly challenging it will be revealed for who they truly are. The relationships that seemed trustworthy but harbored hidden motives will be exposed. The connections that appeared innocent but concealed ulterior plans will be brought to light. My child, stand firm in your rightful ownership. Be confident in your legal position. Remain unshaken in your property rights. Do not retreat from what is yours. Do not surrender what belongs to you. Do not compromise what you legitimately possess. Gather your documents. Secure your records. Confirm your registrations. For the one who knows their rights cannot be easily deceived. The one who understands their legal position cannot be readily intimidated. The one who is certain of their legitimate ownership cannot be successfully manipulated. This is not the time for doubt. This is not the moment for uncertainty. This is not the season for hesitation. What is yours will remain yours when you stand firmly on truth. Do not allow legal intimidation to make you doubt your rightful claim. Do not let threatening letters cause you to question your legitimate ownership. Do not permit official-looking documents to make you surrender what is lawfully yours. There will be attempts to confuse you with complex terminology. There will be efforts to overwhelm you with legal processes. There will be strategies to exhaust you with constant challenges. Recognize these as distractions. Identify these as manipulation. See these as attempts to make you give up what is yours. Not every legal-sounding threat has validity. Not all official-looking documents contain truth. Not every claim filed has legitimate standing. Some will pressure. Some will intimidate. Some will overwhelm. Stand firm in what you know to be true. Hold fast to what you can verify is yours. Remain steadfast in what has been legally established as your property. No matter what papers are filed against your property, truth remains your foundation. No matter what claims are made about your ownership, justice remains your advocate. No matter what challenges arise regarding your legal rights, divine protection remains your covering. Take these words to heart. Remember them when threats arrive. Recall them when challenges come. For this warning has not come to you by chance. This revelation has not reached you randomly. This insight has not found you accidentally. You have been prepared for this moment. You have been equipped for this challenge. You have been positioned for this victory. Your property is protected. Your ownership is secure. Your legal rights are defended. This is not just a promise. This is already settled in the heavenly courts.